Hello everyone, this is Gage from Gondorian Smith, and today I'm bringing you guys another Third Age Reforged online multiplayer battle. This one is the Siege of Annuminas, and this is a Arnorian city. I believe it was the capital in the northwest of Middle-earth at one time, but then it got taken over and destroyed by the Witch King and his forces. So this battle is not lore friendly because it actually is being defended by the High Elves, and I'm using Mordor to attack it. It was a very, very fun battle, actually. I really like this map a lot because of all the street fighting. I know a lot of people who don't like it because there are only like 3, 4 ways to get into this city center, but in my opinion, it actually is a pretty fun map to play as. But anyway, so the two armies are Dark Elven King commanding the army of the High Elves and myself commanding the army of Mordor. So to start this battle off, we will first go over the army compositions, starting with Dark Elven King's High Elven army. So he has 2 units of Imladris guards who are a very, very good Elven Pike unit because, well, they're good. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're expensive, but they're pretty good. They are the High Elves' like only Pike unit besides the Linden Long Spears, which aren't really a Pike unit, I guess. And anyway, he also has 2 units of Sword Quendi. One is right here, one is over here. I assume those were to kind of soak up archer fire or to just kind of like charge down here to run down any archers that I might bring forward. And anyway, he also has 1 unit of Eldar Inway Lancers, which is where his general's hanging out. 2 units of Eldar Inway Swordsmen, one is here, one is right there. 2 units of Eldar Enway Spearmen, one is here, one is there. 2 units of Eldar Enway Archers, 1 unit of Noratino Warriors, and 1 catapult. And to round up his forces, he has 1 unit of Mithlond Nobles and 1 unit of the very powerful. Always you should bring them Phallus Lords. They're very, very effective, especially if you commit them early into the battle. And so I'm pretty sure that is all of his. Yeah, he actually does have either 1 or 2 units of Sindar Blade Masters, but they are hiding right now, so you can't see them. But yeah, I don't know if I already said he has Catapult, but he does. But anyway, we will now go over my army composition. It was very hard to kind of find out what I had because I played this battle a long time ago, and over here they're just all clustered together like crazy. Not to mention the fact that because of the way this is set up, when you are an attacker, they want you to spawn in this part of the city, but I did not bring any rams, so I kind of had to just deploy in these like random areas that they actually allowed me to. But anyway, so I think we'll start over on this smaller side. So I have 1 unit of Temple Guard who they are heavy archers, so they do not have very much ammo, but they actually are not bad at all in melee combat. 2 units of Numenorean Shield Guard, one is here, one is over there, I'll show you him later. 1 unit of Sauron's Will, and 1 unit of Olag High. So basically my idea for this force was to kind of flank around and try to get into the sides or backs of the High Elven army. And for my main force, I have 1 unit of Uruk archers, who surprisingly did very well when they matched up against the High Elven High Elven Eldarin archers and Nortino warriors, as well as 1 unit of Numenorean Shield Guard. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna bypass the Uruks for a little bit. 1 unit of Temple Inquisitors, who I don't think they do too well in this battle, just because I don't commit them for a long time and they get kind of wrecked by artillery. But in any other time that I've played as Mordor, they always get so many kills. Like these are like very, 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 like they're Haven Guard, Sindar Blade Master type good. Anyway, I have 2 units of Morgul Chosen Spearmen who are just kind of there to hold the line and maybe soak up some archer fire, as well as 1 unit of Orc Maulers who are the main meat shield of my army. And over here I have 2 units of Uruks as well as my other unit of Numenorean Shield Guard, my unit of mounted Nazgul, who are basically trolls on horses, and 1 unit of Ballista, which I seem to always miss 1 unit in like almost every battle because I think even in the last one I forgot about my catapult, but in this one I forgot about my ballista. And I also have 1 unit of the normal dismounted 9, even though there's 10 because I believe that's where my general is. Yeah, but or maybe he might actually be with the mounted 9. I don't remember. I don't know. But anyway, I really just like I love bringing the dismounted Nazgul because they're basically trolls in manner of attacking. I mean, they have higher attack and defense, but the only thing that they're worse in is the fact that they can't like disrupt the enemy forces. Like with trolls, you can just like do a charge straight through a shield wall spearman unit, but With these, you can't do that, but since they are just normal size, they're not so big as trolls, they are not quite so targeted, and they can rack up very, very many kills. Like in this battle, I'm pretty sure that this unit of dismounted Nazgul gets 2 gold chevrons when they started with 0 bronze ones. And anyway, to round up my force, I have 6 to 7 units of Uruks. I can't really tell you exactly how many because, as I said before, I played this battle a while ago, and they're all like clustered like crazy up in here. So anyway, we'll start this battle without further ado. Oh, my bad. It's sped up. But yes, my definitely my plan here was to try to go in as many ways as possible because that would force him to separate his forces. But the main thing I was worried about was indeed his catapult because if you saw my first ever video, my catapult was absolutely just crazy in like one of the first battles I've ever done. So I am beginning the skirmish phase of this battle by bringing up my unit of Uruk archers, and I will also bring up my Numenorean Shadow Guard quite soon. And at the same time, I believe I am also, yes, I'm moving around my flanking force, and I'm trying to move back my ballista before he mobilizes his unit of Elderly Lancers against it. So he notices that my archers are going pretty much unprotected, so he is in fact hurting forward his unit of Sword Quendi, which is a very, very good idea because not only will it stop these troops from firing, but they will actually be able to do pretty well against these Uruk archers in melee combat. So I'm bringing up 1 unit of Uruks, which is fine because I have like 6 more. And he notices that I also have troops on this side over here, the Numenorean Shield Guard and Uruk, so he is bringing his Imladris Guard unit right here, as well as a Mithlond Noble unit right here. And he has just some of his other troops in reserve to go wherever he wishes. And he will notice my flanking force right here quite soon. I believe he does. Yeah, I believe he sends up this unit of Imladris Guards right about here or something. I have lost sight of my trolls, though. I wonder where they went. They were... Oh, yeah. For some reason, my troops are just walking outside of the city. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, now he is mobilizing his Imladris Guards to defend this area. And his own archers are wreaking absolute havoc upon my 1 unit of Uruks and my Uruk archers. But as I said, the Uruk archers did way better than I thought they would have done against the 3 units of archers that are now firing down upon them. No, never mind. He's just firing his Nortino warriors, which is good because he doesn't want to use his very expensive archer units against cheap units of mine. But as pikes are always the most vulnerable to arrows, I do start firing upon his pikes with my archers. And over here I have still not yet noticed that my troops have gone outside of the city. This unit of Temple Guard who are firing at the Imladris Guards are doing their job, but I just now noticed that these guys are outside. But yes, basically the only fighting that is going on right now is right here. But I do not want to miss it. This whole time, I was bringing around my 9 Nazgul, the mounted 9, and they have begun to fight against these Elder Enway Lancers, and they have also exposed the Sindar Blade Master unit. But I was trying to get them to charge into the back of these Elder Enway Swordsmen, but they did actually get caught by these Elder Enway Lancers, so I'm retreating them backwards. I also have brought up a unit of Uruks closer to this flank over here. And my ballista has made it back, so that's good. Yeah, I basically have a unit of Uruks on every choke point that I think he might try to attack me from. So I have 1 over here and 1 over there, I believe. Yes, over here I accidentally lose micro on my Numenorean Shadow Guard trying to make them fire at the no, Sindar Blade Masters, so I accidentally make them in melee, fight in melee, but then I do bring them back. I'm also bringing up my Orc Maulers to just soak up some arrow fire. It's very confusing. Yes, and I'm bringing my flanking force around to these pikes, who will not be able to do very well at all against the Trolls, Sauron's Will, and Numenorean Shield Guard. Because Trolls are very, very good, but unsupported they will fall very quickly, so that is why you always need to make sure you have infantry to back them up. But yeah, if there's one thing that the the High Elven units need, especially the Sylvan Elves, I don't think the Sylvan Elves have any, is pikes. They have very few pikes. But as you can see, these poor Madras guards are just getting absolutely destroyed, and they'll continue to be getting destroyed as soon as my infantry comes into the fray. So he notices this and does start firing at me with archers. Right here, my Uruks are not. They're doing okay, I guess. They've lost about 100 troops actually in the fight right here. But that's also why I have brought up my Orc Maulers. But just look at this death right here. There's so many poor orcs just got shot down. But I did notice my Numenor shield guard back there, so I brought them back. Ah, yeah, he was there. I was pretty sure he was in one unit of the Nazgul, but I wasn't sure which. So my general has fallen. Yes, he has fallen. But oh, we missed it. Dang it. I'm sorry about that, guys. We missed a huge charge by the 9 right into this unit of 120 Elden Swordsmen, bringing them down to 94, as I said before. The mounted 9 are very, very good. So I noticed that he's starting to chase down my 9 Nazgul, so I try to bring them into the fray to help over here. Because we have broke entirely through these Imladris guards, so he has brought up one unit of Elder Spearmen. Let's see how far they go down. Yeah, see, that was like 120. Ah, see, that's what I mean. These mounted 9 are very, very deadly. So he's putting them into shield wall, his spearmen. But yes, his catapult is firing, but luckily it is just missing the bulk of my forces right here. Sword Quendi are doing very, very well against my Orc Maulers and Uruks. And my Uruk archers are doing quite well too, actually, surprisingly. He has opted not to fire upon my forces yet with his Eldarin Way archers, though. Ooh, yeah, see, I believe he's trying to hit my archers, which is why he keeps hitting the building. Which is very good for me, but ooh, look at that. That was a great hit right there. I mean, he got like 4 or 5 friendly fires, but totally worth it. And so he is targeting with his archers over this side because he sees this is his weakest point. My mounted Nazgul are down to 6 troops, though, because they are fighting against spearmen, but they are doing a great deal of damage to these troops right here. There are only 49 left. My trolls have lost 1 man. Well, 1 troll, I should say. Actually, yeah, this is where we lost all of my troops. I think he was firing at us with arrows. Most of my 9, I mean. That was a good hit right there on my Uruk archers. And at the same time, I'm beginning to bring around my troops right here. This unit of Uruks actually gets absolutely slaughtered by this unit of Imladris guards right here because for some reason the Imladris guard are in kind of a weird formation, but it works very well because we can't get to their flank. So my troops will just get absolutely murdered right there. That catapult. And so he does notice how weak he is right here at this point. So he is bringing up a unit of Eldarin Way swordsmen as well as cycle charging his Eldarin Way lancers. But I'm also trying to fire my own archers into the flanks of his troops right here, as well as targeting his Noratino warriors, who are down to 88. So yes, as you can see, I'm moving quite a lot. I'm moving more troops over here, Numenor and Shield Guard, to kind of fight over here. And, oh, that's what it was, Uruk Bodyguard. I have 1 unit of them. And as well as I'm bringing Uruks this way, I will also, bring my 9 up that same pathway to the Mithlond Nobles. Yeah, and the Mortal Chosen. Yeah, so my 9, yes, are coming this way. My Nazgul are coming to help the Uruks fight against the Mithlond Nobles, who I am also targeting with arrows. Oh, that was a good hit. But see, it seems he is actually making the almost same. Yeah, he's making the same mistake that I had done. He's moving his Eldarin Way archers too close to the fight, so they will. Well, they won't actually take too many casualties, just because of the fact that my troops here, my Uruks and Orc Maulers, are breaking due to the catapult. But still, these Eldarin Way archers will take a few casualties in melee. So my Ologhai are now down to 9. They have lost a total of 3 trolls. And yes, this is still his weakest point. This very elite flanking force has definitely done its work. So he is trying to do whatever he can just to slow them down. As well as he's bringing up his... Oh, I must have... Yeah, he has 3 units of Eldarin Way Swordsman. Not bad. Maybe even 3 Spearmen too. But yeah, so he's noticed this huge fight right here against the Uruks, Nazgul, and Morgul Chosen that is facing his Mithlond nobles, so he is bringing up a unit of Eldarin Way Swordsmen to help them. But yes, the Uruks here actually get absolutely decimated by the Mithlond nobles and Eldarin Way Swordsmen. And it basically just comes down to the 9 Nazgul who are just pushing straight through to the front lines and the Morgul Chosen. And this right here is where my Nazgul get all their kills. I mean, seriously, they get 2 gold chevrons down from 0. Yeah, my Olag High, there are down to only 3 left. No, 4. No? It says there's 4, but I don't know where they are. Yeah. So he's bringing up his Sindar Blade Masters and Eldarin Way Swordsmen to kind of help out this flank right here. But in the middle fight, his Sword Quendi have defeated my Orc Maulers and Uruks, so I'm bringing up more and more troops to try to push through them straight into his front lines and archers. At the same time, I will begin firing my ballista at his catapult due to the fact that he is posing a huge threat to my skirmish forces right here with the catapult. Yes, right here, even my own troops are beginning to thin out. Our last trail has just gone down, and all we have left are the 3 mounted Nazgul, Umnoran Shield Guard, and Sauron's Will. Even still, he is bringing up his second unit of Sword Quendi. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. I was wrong. But see, over here, as I was saying before, these unit of Uruks are just getting slowly just destroyed by this Imladris Guard. But right here, these Eldarin Way archers have a perfect angle right to fire straight into my Uruks and Morgul Chosen. But the Nazgul are still at 10 troops and just absolutely cutting down the Eldarin Way Swordsman here. And oh, look at that great hit though. Anyway, the Eldarin Way Swordsman as well as the Mithlond nobles are just getting absolutely cut down. There are only 32 Mithlond nobles left. But yes, I must say, these Nazgul are absolute beasts. They're just so great. I definitely will use them every time I play as Mordor. So his Noratino warriors are all but spent. Well, no. I'm sorry. I'm done. But yes, as I said before, I have taken out one of his... I did begin firing with my ballista as catapult, and one of them is down. His Eldarin Way archers, as I said before, were doing quite poorly, I might say, against my Uruk archers and Numenorian Shield Guard, which was a very good thing for me. But we have managed to break through his Sword Quendi here, which took much longer than I had hoped for, or thought even. So I am bringing up my... Oh no, I'm just bringing up my ballista. Huh. Anyway, I will bring up the rest of my forces up this way very soon. And he has brought his Eldarin Way Lancers to try to face the menace that poses his the front entrance to his city center. So he's also bringing up his Eldarin Way Spearmen. But his Eldarin Way archers and Noratino warriors are very close, so it's a very tempting target for me to try to push through and get into his archers. But this is a very big threat here. These Sindar Blade Masters are absolute tanks. Like, they are just so great. So I know that I have to try to focus them down with archer and artillery fire. But there we go. There goes a second catapult. He only has 1 left. But as I said right here, we have dealt with the Mithlond nobles and the Eldarin Way swordsmen, basically. But the Nazgul are still at 10, by the way. But he also brought up his unit of Sword Quendi, which will actually do quite well against the Nazgul, just because the Nazgul are, in fact, an armor-piercing unit. So, I also brought some units around this way to kind of maybe help out this fight against the Imladris guards. But he is firing at me with arrows, unfortunately. And I believe that I bring around a unit of Uruks this way. Yeah, this unit I do mobilize to try to bring all the way around back, but I don't think it'll be until a little while. But just look how good these Enlarged Guards have done against my poor Uruks. This unit of Uruks was at 253, and this unit of Enlarged Guards was at 120. So you can see the difference of difference of that right there. Yes, so I've brought my unit of Uruks around the back of these spearmen because they have been able to push through. As well as I have brought forward my unit of Temple Guard because they're now out of ammo. But as I said before, the Temple Guard are actually not half bad in melee. They're quite similar to the Dunedain Steel Bowmen because they have very few very few arrows, I guess I should say. So, oh, my bad. Anyway, so I'm bringing up a unit of Morgul Chosen as well as Temple Inquisitors to try to help out this fight in the middle because, surprisingly, this center fight is his weakest point. I thought for sure this would be where he's putting forward all of his troops, but to be honest with you, he's putting most of them on the left flank and quite a few here. All that is left now right here is the Sword Wendy. I'm trying to see. Yes, my Nazgul are still at 10. They're just, I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, they just can last so long. But he has also committed his Sindar Blade Masters to the fight. And these guys, oh my gosh, he told me right after this battle that this unit of Sindar Blade Masters right here got 650 kills. And I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. I mean, just, oh, I can't believe that. His unit of Elder Enway Lancers are pretty much all but spent. This is the unit where his general is, I believe. Yeah, he's right over here. You can see him bloodied up. So if we can actually manage to kill his general here, it may break the morale of many of his troops in the main fight. Oh yes, and I can see on the minimap now that I have begun to move this unit of Uruks around the back. Because if I'm able to move them fully around the back, I will be able to attack his archers who are just absolutely hammering my troops. Oh no, it's the Uruk bodyguard. And I am moving my Numenorean shield guard out of the way because they are taking quite a beating from the Elder Enway archers over here. Over here, his Sindar Blade Masters are fighting back to back, as well as these Uruks who are wavering. They're fighting against not only Elder Enway Spearmen, but Sindar Blade Masters. And as you saw there, we have just taken out his general, which is a huge, huge victory for us, just because of the fact that his somewhat lower tier troops will probably break. Okay, I do not know how this one Nazgul got through, but he broke all the way through these Sword Quendi and is now just attacking them in the back, getting another kill right there. Oh, two of them did. Dang. Wow. They'll be able to do absolute just craziness to those Sword Quendi from behind. Yes, I have taken out the last of his catapults. So, the fight in the middle here is pretty much the only thing that he has left is a couple random Elder Enway Spearmen as well as 3 Elder Enway Lancers. So I'm trying to use my ballista to fire at these Sindar Blade Masters, trying to squeeze them through these very narrow pathways, buildings. But yes, as you heard, we are 59% dead, and he is 64% dead. This unit of Uruks is fighting to the death now against the Elder Enway Spearmen and Sindar Blade Masters. So as you can see, the Imladris Guards have dealt completely, basically, with this this full healthy unit of Uruks. This unit was 250 strong, and they only killed 7 of the Imladris Guards. I mean, wow, that was quite a show. That was quite the show from those pikes. And apparently, the pikes in the 0.9 patch will be even more OP. Well, they're not really OP in this, but they will be OP in the next patch, is what they said. He has disengaged his Sindar Blade Masters because he has noticed that over on this flank we are beginning to push through his Sword Quendi, Well, not really, actually. Oh, there goes a Nazgul. So one of the two that actually two of them are dead, but one of the ones that had gotten all the way through just got just got killed. So he has committed his Cinderblade Masters to the front fight, which seems, I don't know if that's such a wise idea, just because of the fact that that allows me to push through into the flank of these spearmen, and after I'm done with them, go into his archers. But I don't know. Unfortunately, getting a very bad friendly fire right there. But I am just targeting his Cinderblade Masters with my ballista because these Cinderblade Masters are just absolutely crazy. I mean, 650 kills in one game. I mean, it's against Mordor, but still. I think we'll watch this fight for a little bit longer. But as you can see from just the death right here, the Elrond Swordsman and
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
they've lost half their men, but it says 68% here. Anyway, there's just so much death that happened right here. I mean, the Nazgul, I definitely am going to bring them and every time I play as Mordor, just because of the fact that they can get so many kills as long as they're embedded in other units. Let's see if he'll be able to take on this Mithlond Noble, though. He is about to be getting stun locked, though, by the Sword Quantity, so don't know how this will go. But anyway, I do now see over here he has moved his Phallus Lords to protect his flank from these Uruks, but I actually did manage to get a nice charge in the back against these Phallus Lords with the Uruk bodyguard. But as you can see, they still haven't even lost a single man. These Phallus Lords are super, super great. I feel like if he maybe would have committed them to one of these other fights, like maybe over here with the Nazgul, or maybe even over here, he probably would have been able to win this battle. I mean, that would have left his flank open, but still, I don't know. Okay, and the Cinderblade Masters are now down to 19, which is very, very good news for me because I am looking very thin on the ground here, infantry-wise, just as I'm about to push into the city square. What I need to do is I need to deal with these Elrond Spearmen very quickly by using these Numenor Shield Guard and Temple Guard, because if I can, then that means I'll be free to flank around to these archers as well as just the spearmen over here. Let me see. He was saying something about 90. Okay, never mind. Yes, he as he notices that his sword quantity has broken and I'm free to push through, he has committed his 17 Cinderblade Masters to the fight right here. And they'll be able to do very well because I am quite weak over here. I am bringing up another unit of Uruks to kind of help out, but they are getting quite shot down by this unit of 44 Elderly Archers. But just look at the death right here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so over here we're basically able to push through pretty quickly because these are only archers in melee combat, and they are heavy archers, but they won't be able to do very well against these very heavily armored Temple Inquisitors. And Numenorian Shadow Guard, because my Numenorian Shadow Guard are out of ammo. As well as there are Morgul Chosen in there. So overall, he is looking pretty weak on the grounds because his Cinderblade Masters are all the way down to 8. Because they were just not able, they just didn't have enough numbers to counter the Nazgul and Uruks and Morgul Chosen. So he has brought up his Noratina warriors to try to stop them. And he is being forced to leave his Imladris guard here because of the menace that is posed by my Numenoran shield guard. Because if he moves them, then I would be free to attack not only the pikes from behind, but his archers as well. And yes, this unit of 31 archers that were fighting in the melee over here has broken, so it leaves me free reign to just attack his archers right here. And I have disengaged from these Phallus Lords because, as I said before, there's absolutely crazy good. So, yeah, they haven't even lost a single man. But yes, we are pushing through. We are pushing through. All he has left is these 44 Eldarin Way archers, one very healthy unit of Magis guards, some Noratino warriors, and his very, very uh, elite Phallus lords. Oof. Poor Uruk bodyguard. You gotta get out of there, man. And my Uruk bodyguards are being able to mop up these Eldarin Way archers and Sword Quinty who were breaking. Yes, I have also used my last two Mounted Nazgul to try to charge into the backs of these Phallus Lords, but it's not going to do much, especially as they're a spearman unit, so they have a bonus against cavalry. Yes, there goes one. Unfortunately for them, these Eldarin Way archers are standing the complete wrong way and are just getting sliced in the back. And sliced and stabbed in the back by spears and swords. I don't think orcs have any axes. But yes, he has moved his Madras guards. Madras guard. Ooh, that poor Nazgul. He died as soon as he charged. To help right here in the fight, because his Noratino warriors are dying very, very quickly. I believe at this point in time, yes, they're down to 6. I believe they go down to 5. It's the lowest they get to. Yes, and then now this unit of Eldarin Way archers has broken. So I'm basically just going to use this leftover blob of troops to attack the Imladris Guard in the back, because after that we will be able to completely surround the Phallus Lords. Because I have committed my Uruk Bodyguard to the Phallus Lords. Even though the Uruk Bodyguard will die, they will be able to at least hinder the Phallus Lords from attacking my own troops in the back. Yes, and I'm bringing up my Numenoran Shield Guard to attack the Imladris Guard in the back as well. My health unit of them, anyway. Oh. I must have lost micro on these troops out here because they are just standing here. Right, 36 Numenoran Shield Guard are hiding. Don't hide, you fools. Get in the fight. But as you can see just from the frames, it does last for quite a bit longer, only because of the fact that these Phallus Lords can make an absolutely epic last stand, even when surrounded. Let's see how the Nazgul are doing. Yes, they're down to 6, but I believe this is the one that dies, because I'm pretty sure they only go down to 5. It's the lowest they go to. Yes, so this healthy unit of Numenoran Shield Guard is being pushed forward. Right into the backs of these Imladris Guards, who, being surrounded, will not be able to last very long at all. So I'm bringing up my only unit of archers that still has ammo left, the Uruk archers, to try to fire down upon these Phallus Lords, as well as my ballista, just to, I don't know what I do with this. I think I just brought it up to bring it up. Actually, I was wrong. I thought I brought these around to attack the Imladris Guards, but no, apparently I used them to attack the Phallus Lords. I'm getting friendly fire, but at this point, as this is his last unit, and I still have 30% of my own army left, I don't really care about friendly fire that much. But yes, now that they're being surrounded, the Imladris Guard are dropping quite fast. Oh wow, looks like this Nazgul actually got out. The one that was getting totally surrounded. He might still die because there's 6 of them. The Noratino warriors are now down to 9 and are fighting to the death. So all that is left here is the Imladris Guard, who are down to 60. Yes. So we have completely surrounded the Phallus Lords, and they have still only lost 2 troops. But yes, as I always say, bringing units like the Mithril Guard and Phallus Lords is always very, very worth it, but only if you commit them to the fight at least halfway through the battle, because even though they're a very, very expensive unit, a last stand does you no good if there's still 30% of the enemy army alive. But yes, I wish I could see how many kills the Phallus Lords got. And the sword, I can't believe the Sindar Blade Masters got 650 kills. That's just crazy. So yes, over here the Enlarged Guards are already down to 25. They were all the way up to 60 just a second ago, but now they're down to 25. Wait a second. Wait just a second. If he's holding the sword, this Temple Inquisitor, no, I don't know what they're called. They're holding the swords like it's like they're right-handed, but their scabbard is like it's a left-handed sword. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But anyway, yes, the Enlarged Guards are dying quite quickly now that they're just being totally surrounded, and they're doing a last stand, pushed up against the building as they fight to the very last. Ah, yes, the Nazgul are now down to 5. Yes, this was a very, very fun battle to play. I actually very much enjoy street fights like this. There's not too many maps that are like this, actually. So his Phallus Lords are only down to 63 now. We will probably speed it up as soon as we get over to just the very last stand of the Phallus Lords. Yes, there are only 3 Enlarged Guards. Ah, one. One brave soul fighting to the death, and he's dead. He's dead. Okay, so now that we are completely done fighting here, we will surround the Phallus Lords to no hope left for them to win the battle. Still at 61. Oh man, they're just so heavily armored. I do wonder though, like, if you have a ballista that you have the flaming rounds, or whatever it's called, off, would a Phallus Lord be able to tank it? Like, would he not die? Or would, I don't know, I'll have to try that, I'll have to test that.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Yes, okay. Yes, okay, so I'm now marching the army that I had right here to continue to surround the Phallus Lords. But oh my goodness, just look how much. This is what I like about street fights, because you can just like look and there's like just so many different places of the fight. Like right here, where all my Uruks were fighting at Sword 20 and just got absolutely destroyed. Oh man. Yeah, I do not have very much left. Only, yeah, 27% of my army left. And the buildings are on fire as Annuminas burns and is about to be laid waste by the forces of Mordor. All that stands between the forces of Mordor and the sacking of the great city of Annuminas are the 51 Phallus Lords. Yes, my orcs, Annuminas will be razed to the ground. But yeah, right here was also a really deadly fight. As you can see, all of my Oaghai died right here pretty much, except for the one back there. I do kind of wish that you could move troops, say, like all around here and stuff, but that would lead to a very complicated, like, pathfinding mess. But he actually pushes through my Uruk bodyguard just with his Phallus Lords, but to try to like fight on one front rather than be surrounded. But they're having quite a hard time doing it. Yes, the Nazgul are also in the fight. Oh dang, actually,
Very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
I actually really like that for a screenshot. I think I'm gonna do that for the thumbnail. Oh, I didn't even notice. Look, he got all tiny and weird with his arms sticking straight out. That poor archer. Yeah, they did push through, but there are only 39 of them left, so they will not be able to stop Annuminas being destroyed. As you can see, only a few buildings on fire because of the catapult hitting the buildings. But very quickly, after these Phallus Lords are dead, the whole city will be in flames because of the savagery of the orcs. Not to mention the fact that the Nazgul are here, so I doubt they'll have mercy on anyone in the city. It's better to die. Seems better to die fighting than trying to run away. from the Orc Horde. Yeah, Mordor is definitely not a bad faction. At first, I thought they wouldn't be that good, because they just don't have very many armor piercing units, which is one of the things that is a little bit annoying about Gondor. But just the fact that they can field so many troops, and that they have some units that have armor piercing, like the Temple Inquisitors, and not to mention the Nazgul are just absolutely OP. Well, they're not OP. Like if you the Nazgul are, like I said before, are like trolls. You have to give them support, otherwise they will get very quickly destroyed. I bet even a unit of Sword Quendi could probably take out, maybe 1 to 2 units of Sword Quendi could take out a unit of Nazgul by itself. So the False Lords are now down to 15. 14. I'd like to see one actually get killed, like with an animation. Because they're just so heavily armored, I almost never see them get killed. Oh, I just saw one die, but with no animation again. Okay, so now that they're getting stun locked and they're dying very, very quickly, as you can see. They're getting separated and stun locked to death. Very unfortunate way to go. Ah, only 3 left. Yeah, I would like to see. I would have liked to see how many kills they got. And that is it. The last False Lord has fallen, and the sacking of Annuminas will begin. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I personally really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed oh wait, what? I hear fighting. I don't see anyone. Okay, there we go. Okay, maybe there was one more I didn't see. Yeah, they're all cheering. That guy's really excited. He even fell to his knees shouting to the sky. He's very excited that he gets to destroy Annuminas. Anyway, so 3,000 men deployed. That's always the good thing about Mordor. You can just field so many troops. I got 1,600 kills, 1,900 lost, and I had 1,100 left. Dark Elven King getting 2,148 kills. Not bad at all. And I think we will go ahead and look at the statistics. See, Mountain Nazgul only getting 91, Sauron's Will 88, Olokai 171. Shield Guard doing Numnor and Shadow Guard doing well. See, Uruk Archers, I didn't think they would do that well, but they did very, very well against the high tier units. Against the high tier Elven Archer units. But look at the see Nazgul, 253 kills, even more than my Ologai. So once you give them proper support, the Nazgul are just absolutely great. My Orc Mauler's got 6 kills. I'm really happy for them. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. The Orc Maulers got 6 kills, but they got 64 prisoners. That makes a lot of sense. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed. A big shout out to Dark Elven King for playing with me. It was a very fun one to play, and I might add a fun one to watch afterwards. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, please. Oh wait, I might have already said that. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. So farewell wherever you fare till your eyries receive you at your journey's end.